What's happening, HD Nation? Hey, Zach Edwards here for another Stump the Creator. That's right. This is when you try to stump me at my own game. That's right. Historical Conquest, the game that's been all over the United States. 37,000 copies sold. We have schools that play it. We have thousands of homeschooling households that are playing it or have played it. And we are just getting bigger. That's right. We have some great things coming out. We also just had the Mount Vesuvius and Cheswell decks get restocked. So pick up your edition of that, especially Vesuvius, because the new card is out, which is the old card, because we had downplayed it. We had thought it was too overpowered, and so we lessened it, and now we have increased it again. So just some updates for you. But today we're going to be talking about these ones. I have to reverse myself again. I actually mirrored the image so I could always point to the right person, these guys. But for some reason I had that still in mind. So yes, these guys, the Enigma Codebreakers. Amazing story. You got to read about these guys. Guys, and you know, women were actually part of this too. So not discounting that. Check them out. So thank you for the push for their part in that. And the dangerous journey that they went on for that. Okay, going on. This one is going to be a long one. There are literally 22 questions where they try to stump the creator. And this is thanks to Simeon and Nash and Bethany. So thank you for putting these together. Okay. Wow. It's going to, this might take 2 videos, maybe even 3. We'll see how long this goes. I'm going to try to make them as concise as possible. So let's try this. If I and my opponent have Enigma Codebreakers in my battlefield, so both of them have the Enigma Codebreakers, and my opponent plays 1.0 Adam Smith, how would the exchange occur? Smith says this exchange must be beneficial to both parties. How would it be beneficial if my opponent and I don't know which cards the other is taking? Good question. So if this is an exchange, you know that all abilities are optional. So if you want to exchange a card, which this is a time because they're both beneficial, which is one thing that Adam Smith did. You have to read his history, but he basically wrote economics so that they were beneficial to both sides, win-win situations, basically. There's a little more to it. But, so if you are to exchange, then you might want to not use the Enigma Codebreakers ability, but instead use the abilities of showing your opponent which ones you're willing to show them. So if you have like 1 card that you're willing to exchange, show them 1 card. If you have 2, show them 2 cards. Don't show them all your cards. There's no reason for you to do. So it does not actually say that you get to look at all the cards in your hand and do it. Just that you can exchange hands. Now, wait a second. Let me make sure of this. So Adam Smith is an economist. So let's go under economics and mathematics. Let's see. Yeah, Adam Smith. Under economists, which is in my business section, he says you may exchange any 1 card from your opponent's deck with a card of yours. Oh, that's right. It's from your deck to their deck. That's right, because we changed it to hands. In 2.0, you can use it from hands. Well, then I guess you can. Yeah, for 1.0 card, because they can't look at your cards unless you allow them to. Again, if you don't use the abilities of the Codebreakers, you can allow them to go in your deck and check it out. And then it has to be beneficial. So they're willing to swap you a card, which they've already chosen, with a card that you have basically given them because they can look at your deck. Then yeah, this is why I don't like this one. This is why we went to 2.0, where you can only look at their hand. For one thing, it makes it a lot faster. For the second thing, there's no need for them to go through your whole deck and pick out a card. Anyway, so question number 2. In the above situation, what if your opponent instead plays F. Scott Fitzgerald? How could he pull out a writer if he can't know what cards he's looking at? Again, you don't have to use their ability. you can, which would make it so that you can't do that. You can't pull an author out. So to some extent, it means the Enigma Codebreakers is making it so you cannot steal one of their cards. Just saying. So that one you might not want to turn off their abilities. You want to use their abilities to block someone from looking. Number 3 from Nash. I play Lower Dnieper Offensives. I need to check out, find out how that is pronounced. Actually, let's do that. I have a computer right in front of me. Look at that. Who would have thunk it? Okay, so we're going to pull out the computer, and handy dandily, we're going to go to Google and say, how do you pronounce Lower Dnieper? Here you go. Listen, listen. Dnieper. So, Dnieper. Just as it sounds. Wow, look at that. It was exactly how it looked. Okay. Okay, you can stop. There we go. So we now know it's now Dnieper. I play Lower Dnieper Offensive, which says you may attack any land even if separated by water. I have 2 questions. With this card, does this attack count as my usual 2 attacks? Secondly, can I use it to attack myself? If, for example, I want to kill my Pablo Picasso. Oh, okay. You may attack any land. Well, an attack is an attack. So this is still a land attack. You may attack any land, even if separated by water. Okay, so basically it just means that your continent rules of being separated do not apply. So the first question with this card, does it count as a usual 2 attacks? Yes, it does. Second, can I use it to attack myself? You may attack any land, even if separated by water. No, because if I said yes, then automatically any card, any attack can be attacked on your own land. Doesn't make any sense why you would attack your own land. Yes, because you want to kill Pablo Picasso, but no, you couldn't attack yourself in the sense that you could do it anytime. So this one does not. You may attack any land, even if, and let's see, you may attack any land, even if separated by water. So yes, these are supposed to supersede rules. You may attack any land is basically saying any opponent's land, because the rules apply that you do not attack your own land. Otherwise, I could attack at any time. I mean, just because this sentence says I can attack any land doesn't mean it does not apply to saying I can attack any land, including my own. So it's not superseding the original rules. It's just saying that you can attack any land, even if they're separated by land or separated by water. So that's how I'm going to rule it. It's not a stump. This is just more of a rules question. So you cannot attack your own land. I don't think there's any time that you can attack your own land or any ability. If it's meant to be, then you need to write it in the card itself. So if you could attack your own land. Suppose everyone is at 2900 morale and I have a Caesar Rodney out. If I play the Apollo program and use the second power, I can legitimately argue that everyone gets the morale instead of just me. Okay. Suppose everyone is at, I don't know, any time that everyone would be at 2900 morale. I have Caesar Rodney, and then you play the Apollo program and use the second power. Okay, let's go into my stack. Apollo program is right. I just saw it. Just saw it a few minutes ago. Where did you go? Apollo, right on top. Apollo. Okay. It says choose. Your people are inspired for the next 3 turns. You may have 6 cards in your hand, or increase your morale. Increase 100 morale points per turn. why would it be everyone? I mean, there's no one nothing that actually says increase 100 points morale. So your people are inspired. Okay. So for 3 turns, you can do this, or increase 100 morale. So your people are inspired. Not everyone's people are inspired. Just your people. So for this one, I'm going to have to rule that no, the Apollo program cannot give it to everyone else. So let's keep going with this question. Even if you're trying to argue it, that's not a legitimate argument. I mean, it actually does say your people are inspired. Not everyone's people is inspired. Let's see. But I was wondering if I would win 5 games worth in a 5-player game. Why would you win 5 players worth? Because I caused them to win for themselves. So, question answered? No, you cannot. You can't earn it for anybody else. You can only earn it for yourself because it says you're inspired. Now, if someone has said that, if someone had a card that said you earn for anytime somebody plays an event card, you earn the same positive effects. I mean, we talked about that, I think, last week. Then yes, at 2,900, everyone would gain 100 morale points. Otherwise, no, you wouldn't, because it's saying that your people are feel it. Okay, moving on to next, and that was the Globe Theater, using the Globe Theater. And that was the last video we did. I think it was last 2 weeks, last video. Okay, also, can an opponent stop an event combo above? Okay, can someone stop that event combo? Because it isn't played against them. You're right, it's not played against them. Well, if the card says to stop a card that's played against them. Like what Maximilian Robespierre says, but for them. Okay, let's go to Maximilian Robespierre, who was a politician of the French type. Of course, it's upside down. Okay, here we go. Interrupt. Through his leadership, stop the effects of any one event card played against you. Okay. That card was not played against you. That card was played for you. Not for them, for you. Sorry. For the person that played the card. So that one was not played against them, so they cannot stop that from happening. Nope. So it's not stop any event card. It's stop an event card played against you. And I think there's only 1, maybe 2 of those. Okay, question number 6. The rare Nikola Tesla says that no interrupt may stop the action. That's meaning that he would win. Any technology or event card is automatically reversed against its owner. Remember, we talked about this like 3 weeks ago. Owner. So it can only be played against its owner, and the owner is the person that played it, not the person that reversed it. That's not the owner. Okay. It sounds like the power meant to be unstoppable, but Cthulhu is a hold 2 and can wrestle any opponent and can kill Tesla. True. But so if on my opponent's turn they play Chernobyl with Cthulhu out already, and I reverse it with Nikola Tesla, can Cthulhu stop him reversing him? Stop him reversing him. Okay, so we know what Cthulhu says. Basically, you duel against somebody else. We know what Tesla's does. Basically, reverse an event card played on the owner. What's the other card? Chernobyl. Okay, so let's just say I play Chernobyl on my opponent. My opponent plays Tesla and reverses it back on its owner, me. Then Cthulhu, who is a hold, but remember, a hold does not mean it's an interrupt. An interrupt is an interrupt. Oh, and you didn't say, was it Cthulhu 1.0 or 2.0? I don't know, but I think the abilities are the same. Cthulhu says she will challenge any one of your opponent's characters The highest attack wins. Now, remember, a hold is not for, oh, we were just talking about this in a tournament. A hold is for your own turn, or in, oh no, an interrupt can only be used as a response on your own turn. That's what it was. That was the whole argument. Okay, so in this, Cthulhu is not an interrupt card, so she cannot interrupt what is being done. So she cannot interrupt Nikola Tesla from what he's doing. Her hold can only be done on her own turn. So if she was an interrupt, she could interrupt and be played at someone else's turn. But her abilities cannot be played unless two things happen. One, it's her turn, or two, it's under attack. The land was under attack. So those are the only two times that you can actually use her ability. Otherwise, it wouldn't be used. Okay, so remember that. If it's not an interrupt, it cannot be played in someone else's turn unless you're being attacked. Okay, question 7. This one is Simeon. 3 people compete at a local tournament. Ooh, okay, I like these stories. Different prizes go to each person depending on their place in a game. Unfortunately, player B is at -15 morale. Player C is at 2,500, while player A is at 2,600. Player B wants to destroy C's only land. So out of turn, at the beginning of the round, where everyone's morale cap resets, nice for putting that in, thank you, he throws 1.0 Mount Vesuvius on him. Now this is the old Mount Vesuvius, which is the new deck that we just reprinted. So get your copy if you don't have it. But that also means that, let's see, I'm guessing he means the one that destroys the whole land on him. C can't stop it. Okay, so player B wants to destroy player C. He plays Mount Vesuvius on player C. C can't stop it. A plays 6-Day War on B and attacks continent to continent. So whose turn is it? I lost track. Okay, 6-Day War, which I have right here, is an interrupt. One of your lands gains 3,000 strength, then fights all of your opponent's lands in one continent. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up now. Player B attacks continent to continent. Okay. So player A is attacking player B. A has the Visigoth army out and Caesar Rodney. He argues that after he wins an attack, he steals 400 morale from player B, which is at 25, so it's at 2,100. Let's say player A, no, player B is at -1,500. How can you steal morale from a person that's in the negative? For one thing, how cruel. Second thing, how can you steal something that's not there? It's negative morale. So you're stealing negative morale from him. Ha! So you lose morale. Just kidding. No, it's a quantity. It's not. So basically, you're taking a loan out or something like that. I don't know. Sorry if this doesn't start at a low enough morale. Yeah, you want to put it really high. This would put him at -2,000. Would it put him at -2,000? Because he's at -1,500. What's the other one that gives him the negative? Okay. Wants to destroy player C. C can't stop it. Player A plays 6-Day War on B and attacks continent to continent. A has the Visigoths out, and Caesar Rodney, he argues that if he wins an attack, he steals 400 morale. This would put him at -2,000. Where's the extra 1,000? Okay, so -15 minus another 400 is -19. I'm missing where player B would have lost an additional 100 because the Vesuvius was not played on him, it was played on player C. He throws here on him. Player A attacks. Oh, okay. So he loses 400 morale. He steals 400 morale, and he lost it because he lost an attack. Gotcha. Okay, negative 2,000. If he wasn't at a low enough morale, then just put him lower if necessary to make it work. My question is, does the winner happen before or after elimination, since C would then be last if B's Mount Vesuvius went through? Okay, so let's go with the last interrupt that was played. Sorry, there's a lot of things here. So the last interrupt that was played was 6-Day War. Player B was knocked out because he played this. The 6-Day War was played against him, and he lost. He had 400 morale points stolen, and lost 100 morale from losing that. So player B is out. He's the first one out. So now it's against A and C. Now B wanted to destroy C, so he played Mount Vesuvius. So now the Mount Vesuvius ability is still going through because it's an event. It's not going to stop. So Mount Vesuvius is now going to hit player C, and player C cannot stop it. So next, player C would be out. My question is, does winning happen before or after elimination, since C would then be last if B's Mount Vesuvius went through? What about player A? Player A is still there. No, I'd say they're both out. I think we've mentioned this before. This is the whole thing with the events. Events that are put into play are still not stopped when the person goes away. So the person can actually go away. See, that just makes it so convoluted to say that. So you would think that all the cards being played. So I think we said we were getting rid of the whole ball analogy. The ball's up in the air. I think we said we were going to end that and be done with it. So let's just end it there. Okay, there's no, again, I'll repeat this. There's no ball analogy. There's no ball up in the air. If you take out someone before their card is played, because you interrupt them, they never played that card, then, and I know who came up with that idea, doesn't work anymore. So no ball in the air. If you annihilate somebody before a card is played because you interrupted their card, they're out and they never played that card because they never were able to play the card because it was interrupted, which means it never went up in the air. There was no up in the air whatsoever. And if you have this question, we used to say that if you have an event and you played an event, the ball went up in the air and it's going to come down and affect everything. But the truth is it didn't actually get played. It wasn't actually sent up in the air. So that ball never went up in the air. If it never went up in the air, he didn't throw it yet. If he's eliminated, he's eliminated before he could throw it up in the air. So no more having to ask that question. No more up in the air. The person's eliminated. The card's eliminated that they interrupt. So player C would stay in the game. Okay. Let it be done. Let it be written. Let it be said. Let it be done. No more up in the air. Okay. This is Zach Edwards. We got through 6 questions. We still have 22 questions total. So we are now down to 16 questions. We'll try to get through them next video. Otherwise, oh man. I've got another one like this. Somebody else did another 20 questions as well. We're going to have to get through. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. If you have any comments or questions, add them to the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow actually. Take care. Bye.